Welcome to Heavenly Radio. My name is Heavenly Helen, and I'm here with my lovely dream team, aka Paranormal Loose Women. And to the left of me, I've got my sister Vanessa, who's a Reiki Master and a master in her field when it comes to crystals. Hello, Vanessa.
Hello.
And then we've got international clairvoyant Rosemary. Hello, Rosemary. Hello. We can't hear you.
Hello.
Yay. And then we've got renowned medium, the wonderful Linda Bennett. Hello, Linda. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Good. And Lisa Bailey, our heavenly healer, and also tea maker for the day. She always gets this job, don't you, Lisa?
Always.
It's the best. It's the
Hello,
best.
Lisa. Welcome, everybody. Now, April. Let's start. The mean to go on. Now, no April Fools are in this room. Is that right? It is actually birthday time.
It's birthday month, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
I'm April the 5th and Linda is April the 7th.
Oh.
Yes, so we'll be having a little joint birthday somewhere, doing something calming and meditative somewhere,
Stop
won't
it. I doubt it.
we? Well, we'll see. You never know where we'll end up. And so, Vanessa, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
Good. And anything that you'd like to share with the nation today?
I'll have a little think about that, shall
Have
I?
a little think.
Well, I just feel that now we're into spring, I think we need
Yes.
to see about having our, our auras protected. So that's what I'd like to talk about today.
That's a good idea.
Yes, there seems to be, it's been a difficult time. It's been winter, and obviously it still is very wintry out there, even though it's now spring and everything's popping up out of the ground, all those beautiful colours, flowers, but we still need to look after ourselves. And obviously with the winter months, people tend to have that negative response to most things. So I think it's now time to try and look after ourselves and to clear our aura, to repair it and hopefully make it all nice and fresh and sparkly again.
That sounds absolutely amazing. I think we
Yes.
all need a little bit of that.
Yes.
In the past, I've always sort of done any aura work through healing, but is there any, if you're not a healer, is there any way people can do that with their own auras?
We can, yes. We can repair our own auras. So again, it comes back to crystals.
Ah.
So first of all, I just wanted to say what the aura is, because if we're just sort of saying this to the nation who might just be listening to this radio show and don't know anything about these things, I just wanted to let people know what we're actually talking about. So the aura is the beautiful, subtle energy that surrounds the physical body. You can't always see it. Some people have got the sense to be able to pick up the different colours of people's auras, but generally it's something that we can't see. You can actually feel it. If somebody gets too close to you, you can often feel somebody else's energy, and that's generally you picking up on their aura. So if they're in your space, that's your aura. And the aura generally can become torn or can gain little holes, and this isn't very good for our physical body because it allows in stress and negative energy and illness. So it's nice to try and obviously protect ourselves in some way. So we've got to concentrate first of all on the aura.
That sounds just right, that does, because there is sometimes you meet somebody and you're not sure if they're right or not, and then you sort of sense their aura and you get a feel for them. So just by feeling that aura, if it's healthy, you can feel if it's sticky, if there's any sort of negativity there. So what can we do if we've got any little holes in ours?
Well, often or not, I mean, you don't really know whether it's there or not, but generally negative, sometimes, like you say, you can be with somebody and you can think, I'm not sure about them, not sure what that is, or if they're talking negatively to you, that's quite contagious if your aura has been torn in some way. And like I say, that allows stress and illness to seep through to our physical body. So what we can do is to look again at what gemstone is quite good for the auric health. And this is where the crystals, obviously today we're talking about auras in general, although these crystals can be used for all kinds of other things. This is the main chat today, so that's what we're looking at. So I've done a little list of some of the crystals that are quite good for the aura, and in different ways. So I'll just go through the list with you.
Yes,
Might
please
sound a
do.
bit formal.
Please
but,
do.
Okay, so let's start.
I like a girl with a list. Go on,
I
Vanessa.
like a list, yeah. So first of all, amber. I think we know an amber, don't we?
Oh,
yeah.
We know amber.
Amber, beautiful crystal anyway. But amber actually helps to align the subtle bodies, so the aura in general, with the physical body. So if it's been slightly pushed out in some way, the amber helps to align it back around into a nice, beautiful, firm shape again around the physical body, and helps to release any negative energy that's storing in there. So that's a nice crystal to use.
I did actually have somebody who came for some healing who their aura was pushed out.
Oh,
and it
did
was,
you?
Yeah, and it was just not sitting how it should be.
Yeah.
And I used clear quartz when I was doing the healing, but
Lovely,
now
perfect.
I'll get the amber round.
But clean quartz,
yeah,
even
clear
is
quartz.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
yeah. It's obviously it's the major crystal to use for everything. Amethyst as well, actually, because that helps to heal any holes in the aura. It can cleanse the aura and it draws in divine energy to protect the aura. So again, another nice crystal to carry with you. Or I'll tell you in a moment how to use the crystals. Apache tear, always a lovely crystal anyway, but that protects the aura, prevents it from absorbing negative energies from other sources, but especially from other people in general. But again, it's a black crystal, so all black crystals are renowned for doing that.
And it stops you feeling sad. Apache
it
tears.
Does.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a lovely one for that.
Yes, it does. So that's always a nice crystal to
make
have.
your aura all happy. Yes.
Bloodstone. That's another cleanser for the aura. So again, it can be used for a process. Again, to carry, but might be quite good just to use that as a cleanser for the aura. Carnelian, one of my favourite crystals. Love carnelian. That repairs the aura. Citrine, fabulous. I spoke about this last time. That one actually helps to cleanse, and again, it helps to align the aura. So it's another nice one just to get you feeling back in shape again. Jet, another black stone. That's again what I said before about all black crystals. That one helps to soak up other people's negative thoughts, and I'm sure we all have a lot of negative people around all the time. You can't you can choose your friends, but sadly most of them have something that they're not too happy
about. What she means is you can't choose your family.
No. Yeah. she's sitting next to me. So I've got my jet in my pocket. No.
So have I.
Yeah. Again, here we are. Quartz, your clear quartz. It cleanses, it protects, it strengthens the aura. And also, with the clear quartz, like you used that day, it helps to seal the auric tears. Nice. I was going to say tears then, because it could end up being a tear. So that helps to seal the tears in the aura. Smoky quartz, fabulous, because again that helps to ground you. So if you're a little bit floaty and things just don't seem to be sitting right, smoky quartz helps to ground the energy and again removes any negative energy from that's been stored within the aura. So the best way to use any of these crystals, other than carry them, if you actually want to do a little protection for your aura, or should I say to put it right how it should be. So there are several ways for healing it. The easy one to do for yourself is to basically sit yourself down, lie yourself down with your chosen crystal, whether it's all of them, whether it's one of them, or a couple of them, and just pass them around. Oh, thank you, like that cup of coffee, thank you. Pass them around the auric field around your body. So you can just sit and hold the crystal within your hand, and feel the energy of the crystal around the whole of your body. Now with that, you may actually feel something, even if you're not sure what you're actually doing. You may feel some form of movement from the crystal, some form of different change in temperature or energy. And then if you hit a spot like that, that could be one of your auric tears or a hole or a bit of the negativity that you don't know whether it's there or not. But if that is the case, then keep hold of that area with the crystal. You could circle your hand, and obviously that's then healing that area of the aura. So hold it there until you feel, it's usually a few minutes, until you feel the energy change, and that's the healing process that's happening then with the crystal within the aura.
That's amazing. So you don't have to be qualified. You just literally get a crystal and sort of move it up and down your body, which is about 2 inches away from your body, maybe.
Yeah, wherever feels comfortable for you at the time. You may feel that, excuse me, you move your hand further in or further out of the aura when you're actually doing this little process. But no, you don't need to know exactly what you're doing. The crystal's doing all the work for you.
So girls, we can all do that later. Have a little, make sure that we've got no holes, no tears, that strengthen our aura, make sure that we're sitting right in our own skin, and get ready for spring.
Yes, but all I can say is once you have done that, make sure that you cleanse your crystal again, and recharge your crystal after doing that, because if that's taking any of the negativity away, and doing its work and healing the aura, then just make sure it's actually clearing out of the crystal too, so that and then you can carry it with you. To keep that nice and clear. Labradorite is a fabulous crystal. That one actually it stops any leakages from the aura.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's a lovely crystal, and that also protects you from any psychic vampires as well, because we all have a few of those. Sadly, in this sort of work as well.
And they're not all called Edward.
No.
I am.
Luckily, Team Jacob for me.
Team Edward for me. Team Edward. Team Edward. Are you Team Edward, Linda? Team Jacob. Team Jacob.
Gotta be the wolf. What
are you then?
You're not Twilight at all, are you?
You're not.
Oh, just neither.
Wow. Okay.
But
we'll discuss that later. How can you read Twilight and not be on any team?
Yeah.
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah. But carry your Labradorite anyway, because that'll protect you from
all
of these Team Edwards. Yeah. Or leeches. Psychic leeches as well. They, it's not just the vampires trying to suck your energy. They just want to hold on to you and be part of you.
Yes.
And that's not always a good thing.
No.
So make sure you carry your Labradorite. That will restore your energy within your aura. And we all need a bit of that, don't we?
Thank you. Thank you. We absolutely
pleasure.
will. Thank you very much for that, Vanessa. I will, because it's always good to know that anyone can just do this technique themselves, that they don't have to actually come and have a whole treatment. They can just literally sit there with their own crystals.
Yes,
fantastic.
If they've got a little selection of crystals, you can do all kinds of things with them. So use them. That's what the energy's all about.
That's brilliant. Thank you. And all the crystals can be bought from the website, which is www.heavenlyhelen.co.uk. And we can send them out to you. So you've got your own little psychic protection package there. That's brilliant. Thank you, Vanessa.
My pleasure.
So I'm very excited, because next in my hot seat, I'm looking lovingly at you here, Lisa Bailey, my heavenly healer. She's wandering around now. She can't wait to get in this hot seat, and we're going to have a little discussion on the Wiccan side of things. So hello, Lisa. How are you today?
Absolutely wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm fine, thank you. So what are we going to be discussing today?
Well, I thought we would have a little look at the Wiccan festivals.
Yes.
There's 8 sabbats altogether, which are celebrations throughout the calendar. Which obviously can be, it's a witch's calendar technically.
Yes.
But obviously you've got Wiccan, you've got pagan. So obviously different rituals throughout the year. So it's only a snapshot of the 8 in the year.
8 sabbats, did you say they were called?
Yes,
brilliant.
Sabbats. Now, my pronunciation might not be spot on.
No, it may be though. It may be, Lisa. You've probably got it right there. So,
right, yeah. Well, the first one we're going to look at, I think, is one that we all know, and that's basically the 31st of October.
Oh, Halloween! Is it called Halloween?
Well, no, it's actually called Samhain, which is
the Samhain.
Yeah, Samhain. Thank you. Now, obviously, with Samhain, it's basically a celebration where the nights start drawing in. So you're looking at when the nights start drawing in, and obviously the most important bit is when the veil of between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
Yeah, my favourite time,
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I like to do my paranormal investigations on this night.
Yeah.
And I often think whoever I'm looking at, are they here or are they from the other side? Because that veil is so thin,
Yes.
you can actually get a little bit mixed up with it. So
Between
yes,
the two,
I think it's great. Yes.
But that obviously is that's one of the nicest ones.
Yeah.
Of the witch's calendar.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a celebration. Now, obviously, from that, then you've got Yule, which is the 21st of December.
The winter solstice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love Yule.
So obviously, other known as Christmas for us, around those dates.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, this is actually the shortest day of the year.
Oh, and all the nights drawing in, really drawing in. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So this is where we all take stock, hibernation, etc.
Yes.
But it's also known as the rebirth of the sun.
Very interesting. Yeah.
So that's obviously another. Just I mean, obviously it's festivals again, and it is the rebirth of the sun.
And also, it's the night you light your orange candle.
Yes, that's very
That's
true.
it, your Yule candle.
Yeah.
And then it brings the sun goddess into your life next year.
Yeah. So it's the seasons changing.
Did you do it, Lisa?
I most certainly
Good
did.
girl. So did I.
Right. Well, the next one we have is well, I'm going to try and say this one. It's Imbolc.
Imbolc.
Thank you.
That's right.
Told you my pronunciation
You
won't
can
be
tell
good.
this is not rehearsed, can't you?
Oh yes. And this is either the festival of Breed, festival of Bridget.
That's right. Yes.
So basically, Candlemas. So that's another name for it, which
Lovely.
is another festival.
Lovely.
And this is where the first signs of spring. So you've got your snowdrops coming through, etc. So that's.
What date does this fall on, Lisa?
Well, that's the 2nd of February.
Right. Okay.
So that falls on the 2nd of February. And obviously, with all of the dates that we've got, that's when you like to have a look at. We're not going to go into that, but the different rituals that you would do for different reasons. The fourth one is the 21st of March, which is Ostara.
Yes.
Yeah, which is Easter, which is the spring equinox. And that is Ostara is actually an Anglo-Saxon dawn goddess.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is where, and her symbols are actually the egg and the hare. Would you believe it? That's obviously Easter. So looking at that, so that's the 21st of March, and that's the spring equinox. That is obviously another strong date. Just to move forward.
And the clocks are starting to go forward now. We're starting to get a little bit extra hour. So yeah, it's starting to be everything's coming awake again, alive.
Coming alive, yes, very true. And then after that we have Beltane.
Beltane.
Yeah.
May Day this is, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Yes.
The 1st of May. Now this is the second most important Sabbath of the witch's calendar. The first one is obviously is Halloween. But this that's again when the veil between the two worlds, if you like, are at its thinnest. But with this one, where Beltane, with Halloween, obviously that's like the time for greeting and celebrating those who've gone.
Yes.
With Beltane, it's when the spirit's a little bit more mischievous.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So this should be taken. We should always take a cautious approach if they're feeling a little bit more mischievous.
Right.
And it's the same old story. We should be careful what we wish for.
Yes.
So if we're going to put wishes out there, we should always be careful how we word our wishes.
Yes. Okay.
Because we might get them.
Brilliant. Okay then.
So
We'll have to plan that one then for next month.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, that's the next one to come, isn't it? So and obviously that's May Day, like we said. So that's another important date. Now the next one after that is obviously our summer solstice, which is Litha.
Wonderful.
Yeah, on the 21st of June. That is the longest day of the year and the shortest night. That's the summer solstice, like we said, and that's whilst we have while we are celebrating, obviously. Yeah,
Yes.
it's also time for a little reflection.
Oh, it is. Too busy celebrating on the summer solstice though.
Oh yes.
Going down to Stonehenge and watching the dawn rise, and so excited. Every year I say I'll go, and I've never been yet.
Well, it's supposed to be absolutely magical.
Well, we need to go this year, Lisa.
Yes, definitely.
That's it. We need to do our radio show from Stonehenge on the summer solstice.
Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? And all the druids.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely a time. Well, that's when the sun is at the peak of its power in the whole of the year.
It's its highest.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's quite it's an enjoyable one, that one, isn't it? It's more of a celebration.
Yeah. Very strong that is, isn't it, that night? Yeah.
The next one we have is the 1st of August, which is La Masse, which or other known as Loaf Mass.
Oh.
I know.
And what does that symbolise?
Yeah, well, yes, and we like a bit of bread, yes. Well, it's the festival of the, what would you believe? The festival of the dying and rising God. No. Well, it's the first of the harvest, but it isn't actually harvest. It isn't the harvest festival. That's later on in the year, but it is the first of the harvest, and it's otherwise known as Lunaso, which is it basically commemorates the death and the resurrection of the Celtic sun god.
Wow.
So
okay.
That's
You just know there's a lot more going on there. I know these are just little snapshots of it.
Well, they're only snapshots. There is so much more going on.
We could discuss each one in such a long, I mean, there's such a lot to discuss for them all, but that's brilliant. At least we've got an idea of when they fall. Okay.
So that's the 1st of August.
1st of August.
Then on the 21st of September, we've got obviously the autumn equinox, which is Harvest Festival.
Oh, wow. I love the autumn. I love the autumn equinox, and I love the autumn moon.
Yes.
So is it that harvest moon, like orangey moon? It's beautiful,
It is beautiful, isn't it? This is when it's once again the balance comes between day and night. So again, like with the spring, with the autumn, the day and the night has a balance. It is balanced, and they're actually equal. As with all the equinoxes and the solstices, the date of this festival, it may change. So each year they may fall on different days, but a lot of people like to, the 21st is obviously the equinoxes, and that's when we fall, with those. But they can change from each year. But with this particular equinox, this is when we seek balance within ourselves.
We all need balance.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Very important. Yes,
and
wonderful.
It's also a time for throwing out the old and bringing in the new.
Yeah, we like a bit of that, don't we?
Oh yes. And would you believe this? This is actually the feast of the goddess Medron, which is the feast of the healer. So and the bringer of justice.
Well, they have the big healing fields going on at this time of year. They have the big Green Man Festival.
Yeah.
And the Wicker Man Festival at this time of year. So, yeah. That's wonderful, Lisa. Thank you so much. So, is that all 8 of them?
Well, they can, in some, when you look further into it, because obviously there's a lot more in depth, so there can be 10 within the whole of the year.
What are the other 2?
Well, I'm not entirely certain.
We need to find them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
But but there can be 10. But technically there's 8, and there's the solstices and the equinoxes and the festivals throughout the year. But that's just a snapshot of the witch's calendar, so it's just what you would do certain rituals on.
Fantastic. I like a little ritual for each one because it's all for the good, the greatest good, and that's the most important thing. That's brilliant, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming on and explaining all that to us. And the next time I see you will be, what will that be coming up to, the Beltane?
It will indeed, yeah, the 1st of May.
Okay, then I shall see you around about the Beltane.
You will indeed.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. That's excellent. So, our next guest, we've got the international clairvoyant, the beautiful Rosemary. She's going to be joining me soon, and we're going to be talking about all things mystical. So here I am with the lovely Rosemary. Hello, Rosemary.
Hi.
Now, I know you've been looking into a very current situation at the moment for us. Now, just to let you all know, the date today, I know this is going out in April, but the date today is the 22nd of March. So, obviously we don't have any outcomes on this yet, but the current situation at the moment is that there is a missing plane. I'm sure everybody knows about this worldwide. So, Rosemary, what are your feelings on this?
Oh, it's been such a difficult one, this. As soon as I heard about this plane, because I catch up with the news a little bit slow, we're all busy and we're all doing things.
Yeah.
I had the worst, most dreadful feeling. But they were looking overseas, all over the sea, and I just passed the telling and thought, no. Anyway, I was discussing with another clairvoyant, my friend Amber. Isn't it sad? I feel so bad for the people. And she said, don't be too sad. And that night I went to sleep. And as I went to sleep, this is all I saw, so I can't tell people any more or any less. I saw a group of people walking in a very green place. I didn't see deserts, and I didn't see the sea. And I saw, in fact, someone was holding a child, and I could feel the anxiety, and I saw them all walking. So I thought, where have they gone? Where are they walking? But my problem is then I saw a unicorn, and that represented spirit to me.
Right, okay.
That represented spirit to me. So I don't know if I'm being shown that the plane landed on the ground, not the sea. Even though we've heard today it's supposed to be in the sea, I didn't see that in my vision. In my vision, I saw a green, luscious place, and I saw people walking towards a unicorn. So I don't know if that's where they've passed the spirit, or that's where they are, or that's where they'll find everything. And the unicorn to me doesn't represent the earth.
I understand that.
Yeah, I felt like it represented spirit, and I just felt so sad. And I feel I want to say, and I've got a colleague here with me today who you'll be hearing from in a bit, the medium Linda Bennett, and I think we've come to a very big agreement with this, because she feels like I feel, and I feel there was 4 people on that plane that disrupted that plane.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't have liked to have been on it,
Yeah.
but I feel the presence of 4. I mean, as a clairvoyant, sometimes we pick up the presence of evil. You know, I felt there was 4 people present on that plane that orchestrated this, could I say?
Yes.
And they're going to have a hard time finding it. Now, if they found it in the sea, I'd be very shocked, because I just felt maybe there is a plane in the sea, but I didn't feel it was that plane somehow. I just...
Okay.
You know, or did I see the green luscious land because that's where they are now, passing to spirit? But I just don't feel live bodies are coming from that plane.
Do you get any feeling about when we might hear of any more news?
I think we're going to keep getting news.
Yeah.
I feel we're going to keep getting a bit of this and a bit of that. It's got to break somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, I feel I'm going ahead a bit, and as you've asked me that, I wasn't thinking of that when I sat down, but as you've just said this, I'm going to say to you, May.
Okay.
I'm going to say to you, May, and that's what I've got.
Right.
As clairvoyants, we often try and tune in, and timing sometimes is terrible, but I go by what I feel.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said that, I felt like saying to you, May.
Okay.
May. And it's not all good. It definitely isn't. You know, at least I saw a group of people passing to spirit. So... that's what I saw.
Rosemary, thank you, because I know it's a very awkward
yeah, it's
hard.
a sensitive. I feel so sorry for the families.
It is,
and your heart goes out.
I know. Our hearts do go out to everybody, and you know, hopefully by the time this is aired, we might have some more information on it by then.
Yeah.
But as of today, 22nd of March, that's what we're feeling it today. So thank you so much for that, Rosemary.
Thank you.
And we'll be speaking to you again next month, won't we?
And God bless everybody.
Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you. So here I am with the renowned medium, Linda Bennett. Welcome, Linda.
Hello, Helen.
Hello. Now, I'm going to be firing some questions at you now, Linda. How do you feel about that?
That's okay, I'm used to it.
Now, they are personal. No, I'm only kidding. No, what it is...
You won't learn much.
This week, I have actually put on my Facebook, did anybody have any questions for any of the Dream Team? And Linda, you were the one that everybody had questions for, because we just have so many questions about the afterlife. It all goes down to that again. So, am I okay to just fire some questions at you?
Yes, go on.
Great. Okay then. Right.
I'll do my best.
Do your best. Right. Firstly, one of my loyal and lovely customers, Julie Salem, she wants to know, Linda Bennett, how do you open up to the spirit world? I know that's a bit of a big question there, but how do you actually do that? Is there a technique?
Right. Well, there's a lot of techniques are taught about opening up to the spirit world, and of course, you know, we do workshops.
Yes, that's
on
right.
that very technique.
Yes.
And there's nothing better for me as a teacher and as a medium to allow someone to the experience of connecting with the spirit world for the first time. That for me is one of the joys of actually taking a workshop and teaching someone, that when you allow them and show them the technique of doing it, which I'll go into in a second, the face, the look, when they've actually given information to somebody who's in front of them about somebody who, for all intents and purposes, has passed to the spirit world, is the most wonderful thing I can experience. It just makes me feel so happy. There are many techniques taught by many different mediums. Everyone has their own technique. And it's been a long time, of course, since I first learned the technique many years ago. Some some mediums and some spiritual people actually, rather like yourself perhaps, when you're going to do a reading for someone or a sitting for someone, or you're going to do healing, you sit quietly for a minute or two. And unfortunately with my life and the way it has been, my opening up to the spirit world usually starts with a prayer on the M6. or
just to get through the M6,
just to get down the M6 and start opening up myself. So I always say a prayer first, and I actually speak to the spirit world, and I speak to my teachers in the spirit world, and I ask them to use me as a channel for the energy, and I ask them for a loving energy also, and for the chance of serving the spirit, and that's how I open up to the spirit world.
So you're already open before you get to the church?
I tend to be opening as I get there.
Wonderful.
And there has been many times, when I worked full time, you rush in from work, you throw something on, change, you grab something to eat, and you're back in your car, and you're driving down the M6, and you're feeling absolutely shattered and tired, and you don't know how you're going to be able to do a service in front of all the people that are waiting for you. But it's like a light comes on, and once you start opening subconsciously maybe to the spirit world, the energy fills you, and when you walk into that church, you're there, you're buzzing, you're ready, you're not tired. And once you step onto the platform, and I'm sure that many mediums will say this with me, that any illnesses that you may feel, if you may have had a bad cold, a bad back, a bad anything, once you step on that platform and you're in that energy, you don't feel a thing until you come off.
That's just, it's amazing.
It is an amazing thing, and it's to do with the spiritual energy that we generate within our own auras. I'm not saying it's the spirit people giving us all that wonderful energy, because we have to generate a lot ourselves. So I usually, as I say, sit quietly, and I consciously, if I'm working with the spirit, imagine, because you have to use your imagination in some way, my energy rising, because their energy is coming to meet us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
that's nice.
as our energy rises, they're coming down to meet us, because they have to lower their energy to the density of Earth.
Yes.
And it's and it's harder work for them sometimes than it is for us.
I've got Rosemary nodding as well. Yeah, you understand this, don't you, Rosemary? Yeah.
So when the energies then connect, and it can't be a connection. I'm doing things in my hands here where you can't see because I'm on the radio. But it's like brain waves, and when the brain waves, they flow like that, and when the spirit energy comes down, those waves have to touch.
Yes.
And wherever their energy and your energy touches in that arc of energy, is when the information comes. So the aim is, of course, is to get them flatline, so that you're perfectly in sync with the spirit, and that your energy. And sometimes, when they blend their energy with yours, and especially, I guess, when you've been doing this a lot longer, like myself, when that energy is so blended with yours, it's not that you become them, but you're so in tune with them that the evidence can just flow out of your mouth without you even thinking the words or anything. It's just a knowing. And that's one of the senses, I always believe. We have the different senses that you use, but I love the Claire knowing better than anything. So some people like to go into meditation before they open themselves up to the spirit world. Other people haven't got a clue what to do. So when I'm teaching in a class, you'll usually find that I do a meditation first to get people more relaxed, because some people are frightened. They're frightened of what they're going to see, what they're going to hear, what's going to be the experience. And then I teach them to perhaps raise their energy, if they can imagine that. But usually I'll put my hand on their back. And one woman, I know Sharon, who I taught once in a class at Fenton, she said, once you put your hand on my back, I've never had a feeling like it. And it was an amazing feeling, and I want it again. Because then she proceeded to give evidence to a lady who had an American aunt, and she brought all this evidence about this old American lady, and it was just a wonderful experience for her. She was absolutely thrilled.
Wow.
Absolutely thrilled.
And that is when it's flowing. That is where
and
you're
that's when
to.
But of course I guess part of that was because my energy was, I was in that energy with her, to give her the experience of seeing what it could be like. And I think that, you know, you have to keep on with it. You have to, if you want to open up to the energy of the spirit, you have to keep on with the classes, keep on with the developing of it. It's not just something that just happens automatically, naturally, all the time, if you want to focus it. Of course, some people, you know, are very, very gifted naturally, and they see people, they hear people all the time. For me, I think that you should have a stop on it.
Yes.
You should be able to stop. When you're not working, you should not be able to connect in that way, because I believe, this is my own belief, it drains you.
I agree.
And
you're like a battery, aren't you?
Yeah, and you cannot be open to it all the time. And you do hear people who do that. You hear people who go around in supermarkets and on the street and on the bus saying, "Oh, I can see your father with you, who's past a spirit," etc. Frightening to death somebody who they've just accosted in a supermarket or whatever. And I don't always think that's a sensible thing to do. There's a time and a place. And there's a time and a place for the spirit as well. So.
And there's a time and a place to open up, and yours is on the M6.
And mine is on the M6, exactly.
That's wonderful. So, Julie, I hope that's helped you. I know that you wanted to know how Linda opens up, and that is really how Linda does it. So that's fantastic. Thank you for that. The next question is a question that I've heard people ask you so many times. It's quite comical, but it's true, because it's one of the ones we all want to know. John Cartwright has asked, when the spirit world are looking down on us and seeing what we are doing, can they see everything? I mean, you know, if we're, you know, in the bathroom, say, can the spirit world see us?
Yes.
Do we have privacy?
Yeah. When we're in bed, do we have privacy?
Yeah.
When we've met that tall, dark, handsome man, have we got privacy?
Have we got privacy? Yes.
Well, I believe, and of course this is all this is my opinion, obviously, but my opinion is that the spirit world, once they have left this physical body, the physical yearnings of a body go with you. You don't take those to the spirit world, because you're a spiritual being.
Yes.
You're a soul. You haven't got the body that we have here, with all its nerves, its connections, everything that connects us to feeling, sensing and whatever. I don't believe that they're watching us 24/7. I don't believe that they're watching us when we're in the bathroom, on the toilet. Why would they be interested in that? I don't believe that they're watching us when we're making love, for instance. Like many people, especially daughters or sons, are worried about their parents who've gone to the spirit world, panicking in case they're seeing what they're doing. But I do believe that when there is a need, and when you express that need, that your family will be with you in that moment. So quite often, many times I've seen, when I've done a reading, someone perhaps standing in a kitchen window with a drink of tea in their hand, and their thoughts are going to their family or thinking about something, but they might be watching something in the garden, and that's when their family draw really close. Or when they're weeping, when they're mourning the loss of someone. Perhaps also when you're in that half awake, half asleep, drifting scenario, when you're in bed or asleep on the settee or whatever, that's when they can really come so close to you that your soul is also sensing their presence. So I believe that they'll only come, or they will come, when there is a real need of grief, of loss, of happy feelings perhaps. Today it's 14 years since my dad passed a spirit, and I'm sure that my dad, and last week was 10 years for my mum.
Gosh.
And
okay.
Not 10 years, 4 years, I mean.
4 years. This
4
is
years.
poignant month
yes,
for you, isn't it?
It is very much March.
Yeah.
And my mother died in 2010, sorry. And I know that my parents are well and that they are in the spirit world, but I know that they will draw close to me only when I really, really need to express that grief, I guess, for them. But if we're going through things on the earth and they need to bring some inspiration to us or some comfort in some way or healing, then I really believe that's when the spirit will come. I really don't believe that they're watching us when we're doing our private things.
That's great, Linda, and I'm pleased you cleared that up, because it is a question I get asked a lot, and I know you've been asked it, and it is one of them things that you think, well, what if they do see me in the shower? Or you do start to feel it. So that's good to know that even spirits have got boundaries.
Well,
so
yeah, I would imagine they've got serious boundaries
there. Okay then. Well, one last question I've got for you is Diane has asked, when you call to spirit, can they hear you?
When you
speak, when you stand there, you see people going to the grave and they're chatting away to the nana in the grave.
Yeah.
Can they hear them?
I believe they can hear you, but I also believe that they can not just only hear the physical voice, but they can hear the thoughts. Thoughts are living things, and which leads us on to a whole new subject, maybe for another day. But when you express a thought in your mind and you send that thought out, whether it be a good thought or a bad thought, that energy is received somewhere. Yes. It goes somewhere. And if you're thinking of your mum, your dad, your daughter, your son, your nan or your granddad, or anyone who means so much to you, then of course they can hear that thought and they can pick up on that thought. And more often than not, they are actually responding to you in many ways. And sometimes when a thought drops into your head and you don't know where it's come from, something that you weren't perhaps thinking of, or that you've been thinking of a question and suddenly it's a eureka moment where an answer just comes, I believe that's when the spirit respond to that. But I do also believe that when you send out that loving thought, then they'll pick it up, and that they will be hearing it, but perhaps not in the sensing that, because we think that they're going to hear it with their ears. And it's a spiritual thing, it's a thought thing. A spirit body, we haven't got this physical body, which is hard for anyone to understand. The physical body is a mortal thing. The spiritual body is free, and it can go wherever it wants. It can go to the Stoke City matches for free. It can go to Australia. It can go to the universe. It can go wherever it wants to go. And those thoughts that we send out, even on this earth, if people really understood that a negative thought can create a negative energy, then there maybe would not be as many negative thoughts as go out into the world as there is. If you send a loving thought to someone, then that loving thought is picked up as a healing thought or as a love feeling, and it makes people feel better. And I don't want to go on too long because it's a whole new subject, but there was recently...
We will pick up on this next month,
I've been to a workshop where there was a lady who had a machine that you could see auras on the machine. And she invited a person to sit on in front of this machine where their aura was visible. And she got the rest of the class to send a loving thought, a really loving thoughts to this person. And the energy of the aura turned purples, pinks, lovely colours of in the aura itself. It was beautiful. And then she asked them all to send negative anger to that person, and the aura in that person turned dark.
Wow.
And when we send out a negative, nasty thought, which, hey, we all do because we're all human, and we send it towards people or we send it towards a situation or whatever, it's a negative energy that goes straight to that thing, so it can make a negative energy worse. So what we have to train our minds to do, which when I first came into the spiritual and spiritualism was an awful trial for me sometimes, because I used to panic if I'd sent out a negative thought to anybody. So when somebody cuts you up on the road or the M6 or whatever, and you send out a nasty thought to that person, then I used to try and claw it back, because I kept thinking, oh no, I didn't mean to send you a horrible thought, I'm sorry. I used to do that. But I think that you have to calm down and realise that we're only human. And that sometimes we do get angry and sometimes we do get fed up. But if we carry on sending loving thoughts to a nasty situation, then there will be a change. And I've proved it. I've proved it many times to myself. And of course, you know that with Reiki.
Yeah, definitely. I've sent Reiki to
when there has been a negative situation, you send Reiki to it, and it turns into a positive.
It does.
And that's very much the same thing. You send a horrible energy to someone, then you're going to make that person ill, or you're going to create a negative thing around that energy. So we have to remember to try not to, and that's the test. That's such a test, because we have to really forgive in some way, or even if we can't forgive, we have to try and be positive.
Which is exactly going back to what Vanessa said in the beginning about if our auras are damaged, we don't know. Sometimes people might be sending us or thinking something from us.
Exactly.
So just by going over our auras with crystals, it keeps us feeling strong. And then if we receive what we give. So if we give out love, we'll get love back.
We'll get love back.
Linda, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. You're so knowledgeable. Thank you so much. And thank you for our listeners who've asked them questions this week. So we've come to the end of another show. So I'm going to say goodbye from the Dream Team, and then I know that our wonderful Linda is going to say a little prayer or a little meditation for us all to sleep well in our beds tonight. So firstly, I'd just like to say goodbye to everybody. So goodbye to Rosemary. Bye. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Vanessa. Bye. And I will just hand you over to the wonderful Linda, who's going to say a nice little prayer for us. And I shall look forward to speaking to you all again next month. Okay, so it's bye from me, and it's hello to our Linda.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm sure that you're all wanting now just to be more relaxed with yourselves, and perhaps after the last few minutes of our chat, you'll think more about the positive side of your thoughts and about love, because love is definitely what makes this world tick, and there are signs of love, you know, wherever we go. And if we could just recognize them, if we just take the time just to be at peace, perhaps even if it's only for a short while during the day, then maybe we can see more about the love that's needed to our world. So just for a few short moments now, if we can just sit quietly, and following our previous broadcasts, if you could just remember that beautiful golden light that we always ask you to sit in. Imagine it in your heart center, and imagine it expanding and glowing and growing until it covers your entire body, and sending out those beautiful, beautiful thoughts and vibrations that are keeping you quiet and calm and at peace and at one with the world. And while you're in this wonderful, wonderful energy, perhaps you too can think of someone now who is unwell, someone who is lost or lonely, someone who is grieving, still staying in that wonderful, wonderful energy of light. Perhaps now you can just send that golden light to all those people that you know who perhaps need that loving, positive energy at this moment. And perhaps while sending that golden light out to your friends and to your family, perhaps you could ask the Spirit or your own spirit to perhaps find that energy and send it to someone you don't know. It could be someone in Africa, someone in Australia. It could be the people on the plane that's missing. It could be to someone in Birmingham, London, Manchester, who perhaps is about to hurt someone. Perhaps your loving energy can make a change to those people and stop any violence, or create a beautiful light within them that sends out healing to our world, for it's like a ripple effect. And that's just from you. So imagine if we all did that wonderful light, sending out the ripples of that light to our world. Imagine the changes we could make. and so in this beautiful, beautiful light, may you just sit quietly and patiently, and until we meet again, feel the power, be in the light, and always think good thoughts. Goodbye, everyone.